Thanks for the joke.
Jaron Ennis announces his next fight. I don't know who it is. I don't care to research because that's not what this video is about. I know some of you may be reading the title thinking, that's just Bruce being Bruce. No, I actually took that name from somebody in the comment section because in case y'all don't know, if you go look when he posted this up, they are flaming him towards no end. And the only thing I have to say is, call me a hater now. See, everything I said about Jaron, y'all thought it was just criticism. And it was criticism, but it was also to help him avoid this look that he's wearing right now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to now recap on everything that I've ever told you about Jaron. So you can put the pieces together because it's right in front of your face. And you can see I was always on target. I told you that Jaron is really not that guy. He's not built like that. It's something very suspicious about a man who has that many fights, but no significant names. You guys ignored that. I told y'all he's just using Terrence Crawford's name. He ain't trying to fight him. The dude ain't cut like that. Crawford proved to you that that was true. You guys didn't listen. Okay? I told you that Eddie Hearn's biggest problem with Jaron is he's limited, and also he does not have the funds to back up Jaron because he gave Jaron a guaranteed $2.3 million per fight. Okay, and he's made more than that per fight. Jaron has already made over $3 million in a fight. Do you know that? So it's no wonder he's not trying to step up. I told you he didn't want to fight Brian Norman Jr. All that undisputed talk and didn't even do it. But all that undisputed talk, but didn't do it. Told you he wasn't serious about undisputed. You guys ignored that. You ignored all the ducking that you've seen going on. It was always everybody else's fault and somebody's being too harsh on him. Okay? I told you. You don't want to spend too much time fighting nobodies because eventually you're going to fight somebody who don't got a name, and the casual boxing world going to look at you as basically a shit can because you got in there and struggled with a guy that they are not familiar with, regardless if he's a good fighter or not. I said that and y'all ignored it. Then the Kukashan fight happened. His brand dropped after that. Okay. And if you remember, what did Bruce do? Told him how he could get it back on track. It only takes one good performance to swing the pendulum in the other direction. And once you do that, this is what you do after that. I gave y'all a video with that. You ignored it, didn't care, was still a hater then. Okay. I broke down the Brian Norman fight. Oh, he didn't want to fight. He wanted to talk after the fight. I said that makes total sense. Because depending on what kind of fight he has, and if he starches the dude, okay, that's going to raise his profile and raise his negotiation ability. So I understood it. Then what happened? Brian Norman stretched dude. And what happened? He's in the headline. He's in it with the thick of it. With everybody else now. Just off of starching old boy. Okay? So now when they go back and they can ask for that type of money, because you can't say his profile didn't reach. That knockout rang all around boxing. That boosted him extremely. You know what I'm saying? Shit, he jumped up past Roach. You know? So that helped him a lot. So them waiting to talk after the fight don't make no sense because the date was still going to be the date. You know, so I told y'all that was bullshit. No, blah, 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 blah. Now he talk about going up to 54. Right after he talked y'all out of thinking he was going to go to 54 after he said it after a fight. Then after he talked y'all out of going to 54, then he talked y'all right back into going to 54 because truthfully, they don't have the finances and they don't have the heart to complete anything at 147. This is why I knew that he was going to repeat the same thing at 47 at 54. Once again, y'all didn't listen, and look what happened. Okay? Everything that I told you about him that was going to happen to him, what he was doing, the caliber that he was on, and all that, y'all ignored all of it. I'm talking about the fanatics. You know, y'all ignored all of it, but you got to see it play out play by play. So much I'm bold enough to predict what's going to happen at 54 is really not hard. If you're paying attention to the landscape, it's really not hard. And if you go back and listen to one of my videos, I talked about him getting tune-ups before he told y'all he wanted tune-ups. Before we even found out. If you've been on this channel, you know that. Find the video. It's out there. I already talked about it. I said, okay, when he go at 54, the max you could give him is 2 tune-ups to get acclimated. I already spoke about it. And then we found out what? He want tune-ups. Now that's a bad look because you painted a picture of Billy Badass. Okay? And he ain't been walking nowhere close to it. So let me tell you what's going on with Jaron Bruce Ennis with 30-something fights and no names. You should have known back then. Okay? The truth is Jaron is limited. He has gaps that evidently that they can't close. I keep telling you, and this is the next one that's going to come true. Watch. I keep repeating this. Jaron Ennis has a nasty knockout waiting on the horizon. How many times have y'all heard me say that? That's the only thing we waiting on. Okay? But first he got to get in the ring with somebody. But he still got a nasty knockout. Because he got those big holes and you can't make those type of mistakes fighting at the elite level. You gonna get stretched. Okay? Sure enough gonna get stretched. So, with that being said, Eddie knows what he's dealing with. And you can see from his team in contradiction, he's already been in front of the screen looking sad. How many times has this dude been under the duck lens? Okay, how many times? The truth of the matter is, Jaron is satisfied with what he is doing. That's what y'all get it. All that ambition that he pumped in y'all head, obviously it ain't true, right? Obviously, right? Come on, even if you're a fanatic, come on, you're gonna have to take a knee on this one. Okay? It is what it is, pimp. It is what it is. And you should have seen it too. Let me tell you why you didn't see it. Because you was fanboying. Now I can understand to a little degree, whatever. But y'all was fanboying. And let's face it. And this is what I'm going to end it with. Let's face it. This is what happened. Y'all pumped Jaron Ennis up because of the absence of Errol Spence. Let's be real. His team knew that and they took advantage of it. And they rode that Crawford coattail train. And you guys let them ride it right on in there without having to prove anything to you. And this is the guy that y'all accuse Bud of ducking. Fucking shame on your ass. Okay? Shame on you. This is who y'all said Bud was ducking. The tune-up guy. Boy. Y'all couldn't have been more wrong. And I told y'all about getting behind weak stuff. You're going to have to be weak with it when it crack. But, now we here. And it's people clone him. You can't say it's me. You know what I'm saying? You can't say it's me. You see how they talking about him. Okay? Go and call them guys haters. Or are they telling the truth? Maybe that's what Bruce was doing the whole damn time. Like, comment, subscribe. Bruce Vane, I'm out.